Hey there guys, it's me Hanelian, back with our video, and today we're going to be seeing what would happen if the Arab League formed as a country. Basically right here we have the Arab League with all of its countries currently in its, alliance, and yeah, it includes Palestine, Eden. So the countries in red are going to be the defender, and the countries in blue are going to be the attacker. First things first, what they're going to do is that they're going to attack Eritrea and Israel. So the Arab League's reasons to attack Eritrea is for, to connect the land. And the Arab League reason to attack Israel is because of, to connect land, but also because it is a threat to society. Israel they're not gonna die that quickly because of some supporting countries like in Europe and the United States. But Eritrea doesn't really have any supporters. But Eritrea is gonna get bombarded by like literally two countries, Ethiopia and the Arab League. But the thing is though is that they're gonna have some trouble because Ethiopia has basically just split Eritrea into two pieces, and it's not looking good. So yeah, it's now Ethiopia has basically just made the whole union pretty upset because Ethiopia's goals is to connect with the ocean, which they have been landlocked for like 30 years. But Ethiopia is pretty slow, but then they eventually get the rest of Eritrea. The stalemate here in Israel, and the Israelis finally push back these folks and start to push into Palestine and eventually get all Palestine again, but it does eventually stop. So yeah, let's look at the peace treaty over here. Alright, so you see right here, yeah, this looks kind of weird because we have like a weird stripe thing going on. And that is because the Arab League and Ethiopia are sharing territory in Eritrea. So yeah, Ethiopia is going to be colored in purple for quite some time, and that already has hinted what's going to happen later in the video. So yeah, back in Israel right here, they just lost to South, and are about to lose all Palestine. And the United States is not too happy about this, but then Israel eventually falls off. And yeah, now let's look at the peace treaty. And so yeah, all of it's incorporated into the Palestinian state, and yeah, so that's all about it. But now where do they want to expand at? They got Iran, Turkey, Cyprus, basically the Sahara, Spain even. Let's see what's going to happen here. So the Arab League really wants to connect with Somalia and Djibouti. So first things first, that they're going to prepare to invade Sudan so they can have a longer border, just so they can have a plan about Ethiopia. Ethiopia has an idea what's going on and why they're sending a lot of troops into South Sudan, and they don't really give a reason on why they attacked South Sudan. And we do have a little bit of an issue over here, which is kind of good timing for the Arab League because this is called it's a disputed area over here with South Sudan and Kenya, I think. And Kenya disagrees with that, but the Arab League are going to blame Kenya for declaring war, for sending in troops over here. But it's actually the Arab League. So a lot of countries believe the Arab League, but most of the West doesn't believe it, of course, in which the West are going to supply troops for Kenya. And so yeah, Kenya is already about to die, and we have some supporting countries, which is basically the East African Federation. And so yeah, now they have connected fully with Kenya, and so yeah, all these countries right here are supporting Kenya of this war and are supplying them with guns and but it's too late because Kenya basically has died. They've lost Nairobi, and the war is officially over. Now let's go see what the peace treaty looks like. And so yeah, and it just looks so bad. Like why were you guys like this? And so yeah, they basically also got all the coast because more coast equals more money, and they've also connected with this. So basically all Ethiopia is surrounded, And now they have connected with Somalia. But the thing is, though, they want to connect with Eritrea and basically take all of Ethiopia. So now, just steering away from that situation over there, let's go over here in the west. Mali, Niger, and Chad, and Central African Republic. That is a lot of land and a couple countries. So yeah, Mali quickly loses like all of its land in the north. Same as Niger, they die pretty quickly, and Chad also dies just like that. I mean, in its Sahara part. And then Chad dies, and the Central African Republic is about to crumble. And same goes with Mali. And the Central African Republic surrenders, and let's see what the peace treaty looks like. Looking at the peace treaty right here, yeah, we have Mali, Niger, and CAR puppeted. They puppeted all CAR, but they didn't even incorporate it fully or partially, which is kind of interesting. I'm wondering why they attacked it. Oh, let me tell you why. It's because they're going to try to spread a lot of Islam and try to spread the Arabic language into West Africa. So let's see what the Arab League has for their allies. Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan. Really interesting countries. I mean, yeah, all these guys don't speak Arabic, but they do all have Islam. But it's kind of interesting, even though the whole Arab League's goal, I think, is to spread. I don't know. I don't know much about the Arab League, so don't take my word on anything really. But yeah, all these guys are gonna prepare for something soon. So now going back to the video, well, this is what just happened, and Ethiopia has just turned blue, and same as its occupied territories, and that is not good news. But Ethiopia does have a shield, which is its geography. But it's not gonna go too well. But these guys are gonna try to laugh at the Italians, because the Italians kind of struggled in Ethiopia back in the 30s, the 40s, I don't remember. But yeah, so Ethiopia has a goal, which is to reconnect to Eritrea, which they do a pretty successful job at. And they also have another job, which the Arab League literally regrets not annexing off Kenya, in which they have all of this territory right here, which they have successfully cut off Somalia with the rest of the Arab League. And so now Ethiopia over here is going to try to protect its homeland over here in the west, but their goal is to basically split off Somalia and Djibouti and bits of Kenya from the rest of the country, and basically try to win this war, in which they do so pretty successfully. In which they even get to the coast and even get all of the former Kenyan coast, and even get all of Djibouti and start to push into Somaliland, which is a disputed area, by the way. I didn't say I recognize it. I just said a disputed area, just a keyword. Yeah, I didn't say I recognize it, and I'm not going to say if I recognize it or not, because we're gonna continue on with this video, and I still can't speak English. Anyway, so yeah, Ethiopia pushes back all these troops and even cut off Somalia. And yeah, Somalia falls. And so yeah, now all the Horn of Africa belongs to Ethiopia. And they start to push into the Arab League even. But then they're eventually stopped. And so yeah, now they're getting pushed back. And yeah. Addis Ababa is in danger, which I think Addis Ababa is like right there, I think. Let's see what's going to happen next in a couple months later. Yeah, it's not going too well for Ethiopia anymore, but hey, they still control most of Somalia and a little bit of the coast, right? Right? Until Addis Ababa falls, but this doesn't make the Ethiopians surrender because they still control all of Somalia. Well, not all of it, but most of Somalia. Until they start losing their ground in Somalia and eventually get landlocked once again. And Ethiopia's morale starts to fall apart pretty easily, and Ethiopia doesn't surrender, but Ethiopia does officially fall. And now let's look at the peace treaty. Now looking at the peace treaty over here, yeah, they annexed all of Ethiopia and even annexed the Niger puppet state. Now we have some issues. Yeah, we have all these countries right here forming an alliance to basically tell the Arab League, saying, hey, just calm down for a second. Just calm down for a second. We just are saying, hey, if you attack one of our members, then we're gonna attack back. All of us. Sao Tome Principe even joins, same as Equatorial Guinea, and even the Democratic Republic of the Congo even joins for some reason. And then eventually all these guys start to eventually join and recruit more members. And Guinea-Bissau finally makes up its mind, and so yeah. Now we have a pretty decently sized alliance right here. You know, something bad's gonna happen in which they attack one of the members, and you know, it's not gonna go too well. So to add on to the pain, Cabo Verde and the Gambia also joined. You know, the Arab League look at this size. Look at the size of this country. It's pretty big. They got more troops and numbers in which they're gonna have a fun time just taking out these countries, in which they take out all of West Africa pretty quickly. Not all of it, but you know, most of it. But you know, yeah, Ghana and Benin and Togo fall. Eventually Cameroon falls. Seems the DRC's north, and Kenya falls once again, basically, and Tanzania's coast is in danger. Now they have a little bit of Lake Victoria. So Nigeria over here being the powerhouse of Africa, basically, yeah, they're gonna have a fun time just knocking back out these troops. Cameroon's coast starts to fall apart, and then Cameroon decides to surrender until Nigeria is like, you're not allowed to surrender in my books. And then the Congo starts to finally slowly push out the Arab League just slightly away, until the Arab League starts to finally build up a stronger army and basically take out Rwanda and Burundi and Uganda. And then Tanzania starts to fall, including this lake right here, in which now they border Zambia and Malawi and Mozambique. And they even declare war on Comoros. Yeah, they declared war on Comoros. And then the Congo's like, okay, I regret joining this alliance. And now it's just Nigeria versus the Arab League. And they're not gonna have a fun time because, you know, they're gonna be slowly pushed out from the country. And yeah, including the north, which there's some stuff going on in the north in Nigeria. It's not that good. Same as the southeast, in which, yeah, the goal is to get Lagos in the capital, which they do pretty successfully, getting Lagos, and all of Nigeria's coast falls. Eventually, this is what they have. But let's go to the peace treaty real quick. And oh boy, yeah, this is a pretty beefy country right here. But we do have some things going on right here in Tanzania, Burundi, and Rwanda. And so yeah, over here in Central Asia, some members start to leave, like Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. And so now it's time for the other big war. Uh-oh, Kyrgyzstan and Pakistan both turn red. And we got Cyprus and Iran. So yeah, we have 3 different countries in different colors because all these guys don't like each other. Oh, Cyprus, yeah, just ignore. They're not a part of, you know, the Iranian team, but they're in a neutral team as well. Like, all these guys are all alone together until all 3 of them start to make a good decision in which they should all, you know, be part of this one, you know, alliance to basically take out the Arab League. But you know, they're in a geographically horribly they're not gonna survive. I mean, we got Pakistan right here. We got basically the Arab League with a pretty big advantage right here, the border of Turkey and Iran, and now we got Azerbaijan joining in this war. And then Kyrgyzstan thinks this war is pointless, in which they leave the Arab League alliance, which I don't even know what the alliance you would call in this universe. You know, they have Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, and Pakistan is part of this other alliance that they have. Yeah, now let's look and see what's going to happen. So Pakistan starts sending in some troops over here, but it goes pretty slow. Then we got Crete over here falling. And then we see Turkey over here, or Turkey, start to send in some troops, same as Iran, into Syria and Iraq. And then even Iran starts sending troops into Kuwait. Looking forward a couple weeks later, this whole front line right here, and you know, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good front line, in which they're gonna basically just encircle this whole area right here, which they do pretty successfully, and this whole area falls because it's just the desert, literally. Cyprus gets liberated, Crete gets liberated, and now its territory is in danger, and which Iran starts to push out Pakistani troops, but they don't make a gain into Pakistan's territory. And so, which the blue team right here, they look like they're winning, until the Arab League starts to finally wake up again and making good decisions. We see here Pakistan pushing back into Iran again at full force. We see the Arab League right here basically trying to cut off the Iranian coast, but it goes pretty slow. They even take out this whole oily territory over here. Iran's coast is at danger. Then these guys start to push into Crete and Cyprus again, and even start to push into Greece. France is like, okay, you cannot hurt Greece anymore, so we're gonna get involved too. The same as Spain. So the Arab League is gonna have a fun time trying to conquer Spain, but it just slows pretty quickly, and then all these troops get kicked out pretty easily. So France over here, basically, yeah, France and Spain joining this war. It's now gonna be pretty equal on both sides until the Arab League starts to recruit lots and lots of more troops, in which they're basically, yeah, some of these guys start to hop on the Canary Islands, and so yeah, now they're gonna try to ramp up pretty quickly and take out Iran because it's a pretty big country and it's also pretty powerful. And then they eventually kick out all these Turkish troops and are now pushing into Greece, in which you take out Athens, and then Greece starts to fall pretty quickly, and then a landing in Turkey has been made, and it goes pretty large, gets pretty big, and so yeah, now Turkey is gonna start to fall apart, in which now they see a goal right here, which is to basically cut off these two areas, in which to do so pretty successfully because, you know, they don't border each other anymore, and Iran is basically going to die because they can't really go anywhere. Russia is busy dealing with something else, and so yeah, Tehran is in danger now, the capital of Iran. And then they see Azerbaijan's capital also in danger, which they take out, in which Azerbaijan quickly surrenders after that. And over here in Iran, well, yeah, Tehran gets captured and then Iran surrenders. In Greece, yeah, they fall and then surrender. And now we have a goal, which is to take out Istanbul and Ankara, in which they're gonna go to the Black Sea, and, you know, they're gonna keep sending military stuff, Navy stuff over here in the Black Sea, which is to basically land in Ankara and take out Ankara, and also start to take out Istanbul. But, you know, it goes pretty slow because, you know, the Battle of Istanbul is the bloodiest battle in this whole video, in which Spain's troops get kicked out, in which Corsica, yeah, they fall, and then all these Spanish islands fall to the Arab League, and then, yeah, now it's time for, yeah, more Islam to be spread into Spain. And then the Battle of Istanbul finally ends in an Arabic victory. Turkey finally surrenders. And so now it's just for France and Spain, in which France abandons Spain. And then Spain's like, you know what? I'm out of here too. And so that is the end of the pretty big war. So now let's go see what the peace treaty looks like. So Arab League has went from some small Arab League to a literal superpower now. The Pakistan over here, they annexed Iran, like some parts of Iran, and also the Arab League has annexed basically Azerbaijan's coast, including its capital and its exclave. They basically have the pretty important parts of Iran, and the rest of Iran basically is not that important. Annexed all of Turkey, but annexed southern Greece. And then the Arab League annexes southern Corsica, and then they annexed some parts of Spain, including its islands. That's gonna do it for the video right here. I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you want to see this video right here, be sure to go ahead and click it. And it's a pretty good video, and I recommend it. Anyways, subscribe if you enjoy, and make sure you like the video. Goodbye.